Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow Center. Now, I've had this kind of video made by request for you. People want to see other shopping centers. Show me more shopping centers. Show me people. So I'm here at Metropolis shopping center, which is a very big shopping center right here in Moscow Center. It's right behind me. You can kind of see it from here. It's huge. Now we're going to head on inside and have a look, see what it feels like, see if there's some people. Hopefully it's busy, and see what shops are open or closed. So let's go. This is Metropolis right behind me, and it goes further on down the road a fair way. And then on the left here is the Garden Ring, which is a very well-known ring road that encircles all of Moscow and Moscow Center. But you can definitely see people coming and going into the shopping center. Yeah, it's a big place. I'm kind of excited to check this out. Alright, so walking in for the first time, I've actually never been to this mall at all, and it's in Moscow region. So first thing you're going to see is Uniqlo here is not open. Now this is actually a very big shopping mall. Metropolis, so it's expected with that kind of name. I don't think we're going to see Batman here and Bruce Wayne, but you're greeted by this huge kind of lobby here. Now there's about 5 different entrances, so I'm not going to be able to cover everything in the single video, I don't think, because it's just so big. But there is stores closed. I mean, this is really a little bit the point of the video. Mac here is not open. H&M here on the left-hand side is not open, so things are definitely noticeable. This is a 2-level H&M as well. And why would you have a single level one? It's a big place. Now I want kind of to really get an idea of the size of these shopping centers. And the thing is, a lot of people have kind of questioned in some of the previous videos, you know, or you went to one that has a lot of anchor stores that are closed, so it's a lot more emptier. I mean, in this shopping center as well, there is stores closed, but there is a lot open. Here is Tus, which is a jewelry store, which is not open also. But this is kind of the 2-level section. Then it opens up a little bit further along. I kind of had a little bit of a look at the map ahead of time. But there is shoppers here. The thing with Moscow is there's probably somewhere around about 20 or 30 shopping malls across all of Moscow and Moscow region. So here we'll see Nespresso is not open. So everything's still inside the Nespresso, so they haven't got a plan to kind of close this one. Most of the ones that we've seen in other malls, everything has been stripped out and gone from them. So we see lots of people on their phones as usual. I'll see if I can do this and there's as fewer cuts as possible, especially walking around this lower level. Yeah, the Nespressos have mostly all been sort of torn out and gone. And that one's still fully there. These are some of the Russian brands right here. Swimsuits and lingerie. Massimo Dutti is closed. Now they have talked about reopening Massimo Dutti in August. So this store is kind of basically at a bit of a standstill. Now coming into this kind of middle area here, we're going to see where it looks much more emptier. The big Starbucks here is not open. Interestingly too, all of the drinks are still in the cabinets inside there. So it's pretty much unchanged, barring the door being closed. And then Pandora's open over there. We'll just sort of swing around here because this is where the shopping center really opens up. We can see this 2-level Zara right here. And then have a look at this roof and kind of atrium that's over the top of the shopping center here. That's the other side of Massimo Dutti. See, all the clothes and everything's completely unchanged inside. So it's no difference. The Kiel store right here ahead of me is completely gone. They've took down the signage. On the right, we'll kind of swing around left and right a little bit here, so just bear with the camera swinging around. Tommy Hilfiger is still here. Everything is still inside, completely untouched, but it's closed. Again, we saw that in the center of Moscow, completely emptied out and gone. So there is no difference apart from the door being closed. And then we'll see over here, Hugo Boss is not open. That's completely closed as well. Actually, just upstairs there we can see Sephora. I will go upstairs and get some better shots of the whole place in another sort of take. Bobby Brown. You don't see too many of these Bobby Brown stores around, but this is definitely shut down. And then Polo Ralph Lauren is open. So there's kind of a bit of a mix, right? It's like some are open, some are not open. There's a Chanel store right here. This is kind of closed as well. But again, everything's still in the store, kind of in place. And they've just basically just closed the store. The lights are still on in that store, so. And then we'll just swing around here and then we'll go on upstairs. This is my wife's favorite perfume shop just ahead here. It's a huge kind of department store perfume shop, which has every possible brand of perfume, cosmetics, skincare you can possibly dream of. So where maybe Chanel is closed, you can walk right in here and buy Chanel if you wanted to. Now I was just going to swing around here. I don't know about this store here. Other Stories, that's not open. And then the L'Occitane store is fully open here. You can see they've actually changed it over to the Russian spelling on the outside of the door. So that's kind of interesting that it's now reopened exactly how it was a couple of months ago when they closed. Now they're reopened. Then up here on the second level, I'm going to kind of try to cover as many parts of the shopping center as I can, but it is very big. So this is where it opens up to the 3 levels right here. You can see downstairs. And then if one Starbucks wasn't enough, they have a second Starbucks. Yes, this is up on the second level. There's another Starbucks. I mean, how many do you need in one shopping center? But this is closed down. Pretty much everything is untouched inside, but there's nobody buying any coffees. So 2 Starbucks and both of them are closed. Lots of people coming and going through this exit over here on entrance. And then just looking off on the right here from where we were downstairs. So Reserved was originally a Polish brand, and these guys sold out to a Chinese consortium, and they've reopened. Now, the whole thing with reopening was the intention was to change the names, change the brand, change everything about it. And literally, barring one shopping center that I've been to, which is where I live, this other stores and shopping centers where I'm visiting, there's no change to the store whatsoever. So very common here. Lots of phone cover shops and kind of repair shops. So yeah, this is this upper level over here. Check this out. Now, I don't think, again, as my camera kind of pans around, you get a bit of a perspective for how big this place is. But it's massive. Now, this isn't the biggest shopping center in Moscow either. This is far from the biggest. There's an express nail place here, which is nice and busy. My wife doesn't like these places, but they don't do a good enough job, she says. They kind of much faster. They want to kind of get people in and out as quick as possible. So we'll walk around a little bit further here, the other section. DKNY here is open. Donna Carrara in New York. I don't think they ever normally put the wording underneath. I guess in case people struggling to spell. Marks and Spencer's is here open. You can see there's lower first and then second level. It's definitely a big place. We'll kind of have a wander around down this way. Marks and Spencer is open. London, look at that, it's right there. They've got a bit of a sale going on, so that's good. 70% off. Oh, that's a good sale. I might have to pop my head in. Maybe it's not the whole store, maybe it's just certain things. I wonder what they're doing. So, yeah, there's 20% off down the back there, so I'm guessing it's not everything. There is... This is Friday afternoon, by the way, so just take note. Again, I'm not here on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon when people are kind of making videos to intentionally show that the places are kind of packed with people and full. Casserole, some men's clothing store with suits and very nice clothing. Swiss made. So here's a way around also some of the watch brands kind of leaving as well. So this is kind of a multi-brand store. So you've got all different choices of brands in one location. If, for instance, your favorite brand is closed, you can still come to a multi-brand shop. That's what I'm trying to explain. You know, lots of different kind of Russian stores on this upper level, but it just keeps on going and going. How big the place is. Now the first store I want to point out in this little part is M-Video here, which is kind of a big kind of homewares, electronics, computer shop. It's got fridges, everything kind of appliances. This is the biggest M-Video I think I've ever seen. It's the size of a department store. It looks very spacious inside. I think they've got an intentionally oversized shop, and they've got air conditioners out the front, as being that it's summer right now. That's their thing in the front on display, but walking on down a little bit more, you can see how big this place is. And then we'll just swing around here. We'll see the Gap store. This is Gap Kids. This is definitely open. This is another part we haven't kind of come to yet, but let's just have a look here at this atrium. And then the Nike store is open. What's going on? I thought they were gone. They're still open. And this is Russia's answer to Victoria's Secret. It's called Women's Secret. And this actually store is closed anyway, so which is kind of interesting. But yeah, this feels bigger than a couple of shopping centers I've definitely been in across Moscow region. Metropolis. Let's get the name out again. Yeah, we can see upstairs New Balance is over there. And then there's a few different perfume stores downstairs. Yves Rocher. This is another one of my wife's favorite shops. And this goes down to the parking garage downstairs. So just kind of looking in the Nike store here. I'm not going to go all the way in because there's a lot of places to cover in this one video, but I'm pretty sure that they're slowly selling off all the merchandise. You'll see here on the shoe walls that a lot of it's definitely gone. But there's no difference inside the store. It's just a lot more spacious than what it used to be. But this is Nike and it's definitely open. And then with the light coming through, it actually makes the place look a little bit dark here, but it's not really. It's very, very bright. The Levi's store here is no longer. Actually, one of the very few Clark stores that you see in Moscow as well. You don't often see a Clark store. It's one of the ladies is waving right there. I'm pretty sure this is the only one I've ever come across, which is kind of interesting. Clark's is not probably well known in Russia as it is in England. They've got Clark stores in America. Collins here is one of the Russian brands, I believe. And then Vagabond Shoemakers. These guys are closed. Aldo is open. So yeah, it's really a mixed bag of things when we walk around in here. So you kind of go down whole corridors and it seems sparse and empty. Then you walk down the next corridor and all the shops are fully open. I always find this interesting in Russia. They've got pharmacies in shopping centers. Now there's pharmacies everywhere in Russia. I don't imagine the ones in the shopping centers do very well, especially where you can just go to your local one in your apartment block or literally within 50 or 100 meters of where you live. There's more of them. Now, I really don't think, no matter how many times I mention it, you get a perspective of how big this place is. I go up to the 3rd level and then up to the 4th level. It's very, very, very big. So coming up to this next level here, it seems to be more of the children's kind of wing of the shopping centre. Lots of kids' stores. Quickly Nail Bar. And then there's a huge kind of craft shop here, which they've got in most shopping centres across Moscow. But it's kind of the size of a small supermarket. Fluffy teddy bears. And then the Croc shop is open here. Now, I keep seeing these closed everywhere, so Nicole, if you're watching from Australia, your shop is open. No need to stress. Crocs in Russia is back again, so all good. Now, just check out that roof. I mean, that's a massive structure that they've built over the top of the shopping centre here. This is not a small place in any way. So we can see on this upper level here, it definitely is a little bit quieter. I mean, just the sheer size of this shopping centre, I mean, there'd be quite a few thousands of people in here today. And this is kind of on a Friday afternoon. But just because I'm up on the 3rd level and then there's the 4th level ahead of me, you know, it just spreads out people so much. You can see just looking down here, the multi-levels. But it's definitely quiet in terms of the amount of people in here. But it's just a huge place. I mean, there'd have to be 300, maybe 350 stores in the whole shopping centre. So, you know, it's hard to kind of judge, short of you coming shopping here on the day before Christmas, how busy it would feel. I mean, you can see it looks kind of empty, but it's not really. And have a look from this side. We start to see that roof kind of emerging now. And then how far we've come upstairs from that lowest level. Now, walking along this 4th level upstairs here, this is kind of a neat spot because it's actually got full sit-down restaurants. Osteria Mario I've been to quite a few times. We've got that at our local shopping mall. And then all the way wrapped around here. And then all the way down the kind of the upper level over here, seafood bar, pizzeria. They're all full sit-down restaurants with tables and chairs, waiters, full menus. So it's not your kind of traditional fast food, which I'm yet to find yet, so I'm wondering where it is. Interestingly, right here in front of us is a very big gymnasium or, I guess, fitness club. That's probably the best way to describe it. It takes up this whole wing of the upper level here. How's the irony of this? There's a Baskin & Robbins ice cream place right next to the gym on the right-hand side here. There's people running on treadmills. And then there's an ice cream place. Yeah, I don't think I can walk down from this 4th level without pointing out the existing McDonald's that was here. And again, having a McDonald's across from a fitness center seems a little bit strange, but this place is basically just closed. Signage is all gone. So the owner, which has the Kuzna Itochka stores, basically is slowly reopening these kind of one at a time. Obviously, it's probably not as simple as he kind of first mentioned in the original opening in Pushkin Square, but they're all just sort of sitting idle for now. So coming back to one of the lower levels here, I just thought I'd show there's a Lee Wrangler store, which I thought they weren't very common, but obviously they are. They're in a lot of the other shopping centres. And then Helly Hansen is no longer here. And I'm not too sure what this store would have been because the signage has completely been removed. Superdry. I think this is the first Superdry store that I've seen in Moscow as well. It's a very well-known brand around the world, but I don't think I've come across one until now. I guess was there a Lee store here as well and it's moved down a few spots? I wonder. Yeah, it feels a little bit quieter up here. Stradivarius, Pull & Bear, these are all kind of combined brands here. So yeah, there's a kind of slew of shops open. and then there's, shops closed. So you can still definitely come here and do some good shopping mall shopping, I guess. Yeah, there's, I reckon it's probably about a quarter of the whole shopping centre that's probably been affected. It's such a huge place that, a few shops closed here and there isn't, turning people away. There's no major kind of, like an IKEA here, for instance, which have really took away the traffic. So Superstep is a multi-brand shoe store. So where the likes of Nike, Reebok, Adidas are all gone, Puma, I'm just looking at all the signs here on the side, then you can come in here, Здравствуйте, and you can still find all of the branded shoes. You'll see here Lacoste on the wall there, New Balance. So yeah, everything is still here. So if you really need your Nike and your Reeboks, you come to these multi-branded stores and still find whatever you need. Now walking on a little bit further here, again we get this big feeling of space right here and how big it is. But I'll just do a little bit of a kind of continuous walk here so we can kind of see. Swatch store is definitely fully open there. There's even a guy trying on a watch. Tommy Jeans is closed, so the Tommy Hilfiger stores, we've already seen that previously, but I don't think I've seen a Tommy Jeans store before, but everything is still in the shop. They've just put some plastic over all the clothes just to take care of all the dust. And then this is the upper level of H&M right here. And then actually up in the upper level there we'll see, a little bit hard to see with the sun coming through, there's a Mothercare store, which unfortunately is closed. And this is specially signed for me here, so I know how to get home. Lets you know where the metro station entrance is. So if you kind of come here for the first time and don't live in this district, you'd completely be lost on how to get out of the exits and find the metro station. So the Apple store here is open. Now again, this is not an Apple store officially. They're considered premium resellers. So this is called Restore, which is very common across all of Moscow. Now I have noticed that, there is a few of these closed down. This one is fully open, it's fully stocked. It's got everything possibly in there. There's one lady doing some shopping there, buying a new phone. The guy's putting the screen protector on for her, so she's probably super happy. But yeah, it's kind of, again, as I'm sort of pointing out here, it's not, doesn't feel full with people, like you're kind of tripping over everybody, because it's just such a big place. The Samsung store here is open. This is Samsung right here. Not too many, or nobody inside, just the guy on his phone right there. They've got all the phone models. My S22 is still waiting for me there on the front. Anybody wants to buy me an early Christmas present, you know what I would like, that S22. So yeah, it's a little bit hard to get a feel here. There's all these kind of pillars in the way, but just the construction of these places, you'd be looking at a couple of years to kind of build these from scratch. The below ground parking, parking for a few thousand cars. It's just big. This is the upper level of Massimo Dutti, so imagine some of these stores have got multi-levels. Now we're seeing more people. I need to just film these areas where there's constant people walking around. So yeah, let's go up and have a look at the food court. Now, as I kind of mentioned a couple of times, I've never been to this shopping center before, so I'm kind of struggling to find where the food court actually is. But it's on this kind of highest, I guess you consider it the 4th level, right up here where this roof covers over. But it's very spread out here, so again, it is fairly busy. I'd say about 3/4 full, but it's got all of the very typical Russian fast food eateries. This is, I call this Farwa, which is basically a burger place, which has got really nice burgers. Actually, quite a few people sitting there in the entrance having burgers. I won't sort of kind of walk and name all the stores here, but there's definitely quite a lot of choices. Greek food, Chinese food, KFC, Panda Express, sushi. It's such a nice, actually, food court. It's right up at the top here, so it's very well lit and, not dark and gloomy. But it kind of spreads out over this whole upper level over here. Some of the Russian different cafes on the other side. There's definitely a lot of choices. You've probably got probably 30 or more different cafes. So there's no shortage of choice. You don't have to just take the typical fast food kind of option. The fact that we saw McDonald's in a completely other spot kind of means that this upper food court here has no closed businesses. And everything is fully open. And there's some coffee shop there. Cinnabon is open. We saw KFC open before. These guys have Burger King, and it's kind of interesting. Burger King and KFC and the like all serve beer. So you can come for a bit of this is probably late lunch for these guys, being Friday afternoon. Come for a bit of a business lunch. Israel Grill. Check that out. That's kind of neat. Chicken Master. I don't really like that place personally, but Krochka Katochka we know very well. And then the usual suspects, Teремок over there, Burger King. Hot Dog Bulldog, if you want a gourmet hot dog, but plenty of people here on a Friday afternoon. Now I'm just stopping here in the food court for a quick snack, and I got some Krochka Katochka, which is baby potato, but these are about medium size, but I got them with mushroom sauce. So 2 potatoes and some Coca-Cola. Didn't decide to go for burgers today. Now I just thought I'd really point out one particular food place here, because I've seen this before and I think it's just so neat to sort of see it every time I walk through. But there's a lady here making the dumplings literally by hand. She's very good at it. Look at the speed that she puts them together. We can just bring her to Australia and she can make dumplings for us. I'll open one of these restaurants in a real hurry. Now there's a little bit of a line even. So basically it's different choices of dumplings with different fillings inside. And then generally you buy them by weight or by quantity. But very nice, very fresh. This lady basically is putting them together. And then you, depends on how you cook them at home, you deep fry them in the oil. At home when we make them, we just put them in the boiling water, but I guess deep frying them is just a little bit faster. But I just thought I'd show this because I just think it's so neat for a shopping center to have the lady making them fresh right in front of you. So as I walk around this upper level of the shopping center, I really kind of have a question to everybody. And I'm curious in the comments what people will kind of write about this. Now, obviously there is a lot of shops in this shopping center that are closed. There's obviously a lot open too, so it's not empty. It isn't quiet like we might have seen at a Mega, which had IKEA as its kind of major store there that drew a lot of people. Now there is people shopping, but is there a place anymore for shopping centers this big anywhere in the world, not just here in Moscow? I mean, I have pointed this out a few times. There's probably somewhere between 30 and maybe 40 shopping malls around Moscow and Moscow region that are kind of this size or a little bit smaller. And I'm just curious, is this the end of shopping malls worldwide as COVID kind of shut them down effectively? Has it been going on for a lot of years before now? And I'm just curious at what people's thoughts are about this. You know, as I walk around, I mean, I've been in retail all my life, so I'm used to going to shopping centers daily, you know, working back in Australia and, you know, seeing the kind of differences that have happened slowly. So I'm just curious how everybody else sort of thinks, you know, after watching the video. So walking on a little bit more on this upper level here, this seems to be the shoe part of the shopping center. I do like in Russia how they kind of group the types of clothing together, so you're not kind of spread out over the whole mall looking for similar brands. So Adidas there is not open. Street Beat is a multi-branded kind of shoe store. This is the kids version as well. Skechers is definitely open and trading. I've even got myself some new Skechers myself. Anta Sport, another kind of multi-branded store. And we'll see here a few of the closed ones as well. New Balance right here. Definitely feels a bit quieter up here. Just looking on the other side there, the Guess store is open. Guess Activewear. This is actually a separate standalone Guess store just with their athletic clothing. Vans is closed. And then we've got Converse is very open. So yeah, it's just interesting. There's kind of that real mix of one open, one closed, one open. Very sunny up here too. It definitely feels a little bit emptier. There was one store here that's no longer. And check this out, a Speedo store and Champion combined together. That's kind of handy. How many Speedo stores have you guys come across around the place? And then here is a couple of surf shops. Now I just noticed on the other side here, there's a little bit of Australiana right here because we got Uggs downstairs. That's an official Uggs store. It's one of only a few in all of Moscow. And then there's a Quicksilver and Roxy store here. Very big one as well. The lady's waving on the other side. Yeah, and then the other Australian brand, or very famous Australian brand here, is Billabong. And I think this might be the only one in Moscow, I think. I don't believe I've seen a Billabong store anywhere else. Anywhere in Moscow. So that's kind of interesting. They've got my shorts right there. But a very well-known Australian brand. North Face on the other side. These pillars kind of make filming a little bit awkward to kind of catch everything in the one shot. And the Adidas store here is closed down. So pretty much every individual clothing brand is represented, or shoe brand is represented here in this shopping center. You know, it's just amazing to see, you know, the amount of individual standalone sort of stores. We'll see here more of these shoe stores. Just as we swing around to this next sort of big atrium area. Again, it will run a little bit longer, this video, so I'm sorry for that. Here's the movie theater, which obviously they've come to realize that they don't want the ladies standing or sitting here anymore selling the tickets. So you have to use the self-checkout option here, which is pretty straightforward to do, of course. There's plenty of them as well. It's not like there's a couple of different kiosks, there's a ton of them. And then, not sure what that store was, but then you'll see the Reebok store is no longer. Off in the distance, Puma. Yeah, it's a very impressive shopping center. Honestly and truly, if you need any single brand of any single clothing, where it's in this shopping center for sure. So as I wander around this lower ground floor a little bit more, it's definitely more evident of some of the clothes stores here. So here is Hugo Boss. And then on the right-hand side is Mango. And then the big Zara store here is closed. So yeah, there's definitely kind of elements of the shopping center feeling quiet. In other areas, there's people everywhere, so it's a little bit strange. Guy taking a nap right there. Very typical of Russia. Stefano, how red is this store? That lady must have to wear like glasses when she's on the way home after it being so bright. But you can see how big the place is. Here's the Mango store on the right-hand side. This is also... So all of these stores, though, they're keeping all of their displays There is actually a little thing too that the staff are actually changing the displays for the change of seasons as well, which is kind of interesting. So they're actually still coming to work and doing the mannequins out the front of the store just to kind of keep the store in its ongoing state. Lots of ice cream vendors in the shopping center as well. This is the very famous Russian ice cream brand. So if you want to stop for a little snack, as we come into this other atrium area here, and then the very nice flower store. Check this out. This is nice. Right here. And the mango wraps around the corner, and the Gap store on the right hand side is also closed. How much sun is coming in here this late afternoon. Then walking on a little bit further here on this lower level, here is the Bork store. Very nice kind of kitchen accessories. A little bit out of my price range personally, but we tend to shop at the more simpler electrical goods stores. And here's the two different Guess stores. So Guess by Marciano, or Marciano by Guess, is kind of one of their stores. And it wraps around to the regular Guess store as well. So both of them fully open. Both of them have kind of a little bit of sales here and there. Like any shopping center, there's going to be sales and things on special. This lower level here seems to be more of the ladies' kind of stores, more so than the men's. But what I really wanted to point out was the Victoria's Secret shop, which is ahead here. How pink it is. Now, in the other shopping center, if you've watched the one where I went to Metropolis, the one where the IKEA is closed, Victoria's Secret has disappeared completely. And here it's still in place. The lights are on. There's posters up in the windows. And it kind of, I guess they just want to keep the brand alive, you know, and showing here. Check out this upstairs and how big it is. Wow, right up to the 4th level on that glass domed roof. It's amazing. But on the right here, the Victoria's Secret store, and then the pink store as well. Yeah, it's all here. There's a little bit of the past here. The McDonald's logo is still on the signage for the upstairs. That's kind of interesting right there to see that. And then if this shopping center couldn't get any better, it's got a Perry-Crostock, which is a very nice supermarket chain in Russia. I've actually done a couple of different videos. I've done a separate walk-around video of one of the Perry-Crostocks at another shopping center. You might want to check that out in the playlists. And the Perry-Crostock here, which is kind of similar to the other one I've been to, has its own cafe out the front. And you can even get a sandwich and coffee. They've got 69 ruble coffees, 99 ruble sandwiches, and then Здравствуйте, hello. They've got a very nice kind of almost like indoor-outdoor cafe here. So this is actually a supermarket where people come and buy some quick service food and then sit down and enjoy a meal or a snack at least and a coffee. And you're actually dining in a supermarket. So how nice is it? Perry-Crostock Cafe. Just keeps getting better. Now as I kind of get towards the very end of the video now, I'm kind of done quite a few laps around, so there may even be a little bit of doubled up walking here. There is slowly more people coming into the shopping center. It's later in the afternoon now than when I first started. I've stopped for lunch. I kind of recharged my phone as well at the food court. They got plugs all over this seating there, so it was very nice. Timberland over here is open. And then actually there's quite a few shoe stores here. This is my wife's favorite one. You'll actually see, hopefully, lots of people in this store. It's very strange. It's like the shopping center feels quiet. And then you come to a rendezvous store and it's always full with people. Like, they have a ton of staff in here as well, but it's always full. And I always find it very interesting what's the big draw card to this shop. But my wife loves it, so There must be something good about it that I'm missing. Here is Echo. Echo is also closed. But and here on the left is Swarovski. This is also slipping. US Polo Association, Lacoste. So yeah, I think we've almost covered the whole shopping center. Here's another store my wife loves. Intimissum is the ladies' lingerie store. She likes this store as well. There's quite a lot that I know she likes. So yeah, it's... Oh, Joe Malone. Joe Malone, they've pretty much emptied everything out of it. The fixtures are still there, but all the merchandise is definitely gone. Okay, everybody, so I spent a good couple of hours walking around Metropolis shopping center. What do you think? I've got a little bit of a mixed mind about this place because it's the first time I've been here, so I have to really come 2 or 3 times to get an idea of how busy it feels, but certainly a big shopping center. I'm sure you'll agree with that. But there's sort of pockets of people here, and then you walk around the upper levels, it's a bit quieter, so... Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for being a subscriber to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe, click the button, the bell for new videos. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. You can post a comment, let me know what you think of my tour of the shopping center, what you feel of the overall retail market right now, the economy of retail, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you in another video. I placed one up here to watch right now if you want to see another video right after this. And I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.